A lot of people in industry, like professional engineers, for example, just don't have access to journal articles. And so by publishing an open, I can get some of the ideas and insights that have come from my work disseminated out through to people in industry. For postgrad students, I think it's great to publish in open access because they can show their paper to their friends, their family, and that's motivational for them, and also prospective employers. A lot of postgrads are going into engineering industry employment as opposed to academic careers, and so it's important that they can show what it is that they've done as part of their research and how that's relevant to the industry practice. One of the big advantages of open access to me is that if there's material inside there that I want to reuse for some purpose, either to further develop the idea subsequently, or to perhaps write it into teaching material, or perhaps if I had an idea to make a book out of something, then with open access, as an author, you generally own the copyright. And so creating derivative works from that is much, much easier than if you had to otherwise go and ask the publisher of your conventional journal, please could I have permission to reproduce my image that I donated to you at no cost for your journal. So in terms of resetting, in terms of disseminating knowledge and the subsequent reuse of knowledge and its building into derivative works, I think open access is really good. If there's some work that I think I want to keep into the future and build a derivative work on it, then I will actively look for an open access because it gives me the copyright advantages. In times past, copyright was an all or nothing thing. One either asserted full copyright ownership of one's work or not at all and just put it out there for anyone to use. And now with things like the Creative Commons, it's become possible to have a graduated form of copyright where you can retain some use of it or not, as the case may be. And I think that's really opened up the debate in terms of to what extent do I want to own the results of my research as opposed to allowing other people to only read them, or are they allowed to copy them or replicate them? Are they allowed to take that work and reuse it in a derivative product of their own? And that's suddenly opened people's minds to seeing how the work that they produce can be used in different ways by other people, depending on which kind of copyright license that's applied. Generally, the open access journals apply a Creative Commons license, which allows other people to reuse the work, not necessarily always for commercial purposes, but it does allow them to reprint the article as many times as they like, distribute it to other people, hand it on to friends and family, colleagues at work, etc. Whereas the copyright regulations for the conventional journals tends not to provide that so easily. It might still be done, but it's not actually specifically allowed. So having a more graduated scale of copyright, I think, is a really important part of the developments in the open access area.